Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to your July reading with me, Marianne. This is Marianne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you very much for tuning in. I sure enjoy and love being here very, very much. It seems like a long time since I did my last June readings. And I did not get to do the collective readings, but I'm hoping to fill that in, and we'll talk more about that another time. I do want to let you know that I was talking to you, as I always do, to every single sign before I call it my meditation, just a little bit of a powwow, if you will, kind of picking up on the energy of Taurus, and blue was just the energy that really was coming through. Colors have vibrational energy. Everything we touch, see, smell, feel definitely is energy. And for you, it's also very suiting because you as a Taurus, your astrological physical part of you that people associate with you is the throat. So this is about the voice. This is about speaking. This is about, wanting to speak, maybe sing, wanting to, get your message out and make it be as clear as possible. And what I do is I will be doing a 6-card spread for those that are new. Welcome to my channel. You're always, always welcome here and invited. And then I'm going to be doing the chakra check of the month. And this is one of the energy centers that will be the focal point for July. Not because it's, there's anything wrong, but maybe, maybe to just add extra oomph and energy to that area, because that's what they are. There are energy centers within our body that we're just naturally born with. And the more we utilize them and the more we, ask to have them open and, focus on that or meditate on that, it's a far better body and world and life to be living. Trust me. So then I'm going to add the correlating crystal with that and infuse the reading for you. But yes, blue, let's see what comes up for you and see if the throat chakra happens to be something that Spirit's definitely wanting you to focus on, like I mentioned, because that was definitely coming through my meditation for you. So I'm going to put them behind my back. There are 8 chakras that I deal with in my readings. And as I shuffle them, I will let you know that July is, well, first of all, this is June that I'm doing these readings because, in order to get them out, I have a full-time job. Otherwise, I just want to make sure I can get them out in a pretty timely manner for everybody. And to let you know that we're in Cancer season. And this is a water sign, right? And Jupiter went into Cancer. So there's a lot of transformation and a lot of the planetary changes. And that happens every year. It changes every year, but it takes 12 years to get into any specific sign. And it's in Cancer where it feels extremely, extremely comfortable and exalted, as they say. So Jupiter is just the benevolent planet. It'll expand whatever area that happens to be for you, Taurus, which you can look up very, very quickly. And that would be in your whole house tropical horoscope is how I would word that. But either way, you're going to feel this definite sense. By the way, as an earth sign, which you are, Taurus, water and earth, both elements, water being Cancer, you being earth, it's one of the most compatible, beautiful feelings. So I think it's going to be an exceptional summer for you. I think July is going to be a very pleasant month and maybe a time for you to get away if you do that sort of thing. I know you're hard workers. I've known too many Tauruses, but you could be in your garden. You could be just like allowing nature to take its course and just fully immersing yourself in good conversation, maybe, writing, speaking, as I said, that still keeps coming to mind. So as I shuffle a little bit more, 3 retrogrades will be in the month of July. Saturn and Neptune were going retrograde in Aries from July 13th, and Saturn will go from July 13th to November 27th. This is an annual thing when all of the outer planets go into retrograde. Neptune in Aries will go on retrograde from July 4th to December 10th. And Mercury, good old Mercury, 3 to 4 times a year, we've been living with it all our life, will be retrograding on July 17th through August 11th in the sign of Leo. That's powerful. That's, but that's introspection. There you go again, the time which is perfect for Mercury retrogrades, in my opinion, to happen, other than delays maybe with transportation, because it involves, Mercury has to do with planets or situations on this planet Earth that have to do with movement. It's the fastest moving planet. It has to do with our minds, so our communication might get a little bit confusing, and our cognitive ability to express ourselves the way we want, the voice, once again, and the messages. And then we have transportation that might get a little crazy, but if you have something you need to do to your car, just do it. If you're delayed at your flight, going away, it's okay. It's a little annoying at times, but you're going away. You get to just let go of the stuff that tends to bog us down, right? So that's not terrible. And it never lasts that long. They're usually 3 weeks with a little shadow period. So transportation, communication, and technology. I'm going to do my best to get the, August readings out, but I'll be doing them in July. So there might be a little bit of excess going on with trying to do that. But I don't know. I mean, I like a lot of things about Mercury retrograde. It is introspective. It gives us time to slow down a little bit, really think about things, double check things, before we move forward. We don't want to start anything brand new if possible. Though tomorrow, the 25th, as I'm reading this, is the new moon in Cancer. So powerful, beautiful. Jupiter in Cancer, Sun in Cancer, new moon in Cancer. I mean, this is family oriented. This is love. This is passion. This is feelings, okay? So you actually got the 7th chakra, and this is gorgeous. It's the lighter color, the up above, that from the third eye upward. There are 8 that I tend to read from. And it's my divine eternal knowing is seamless with the creative force, love, and the intelligence of the universe. I am the essence of love personified. There's just, like I said, the emphasis of love, of nurturing, of family, of caring. People are out of school. There's more family reunions and things of that nature. And this is a gorgeous time for that. I feel you're going to just, it's going to be beautiful and warm, regardless of retrogrades. They don't make or break us. They're a part of our lives, and we can recognize certain things that are a little bit different with that, but nothing that has to be in a negative sense at all. So for the 7th, I'm going to pull the amethyst, which is the clear quartz, which I absolutely love. And basically it's known as the crown. This is where the information from spirit and source can come down. Channeling, dreams are prophetic, prolific, very, very common, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon controls the tides in us. And you've heard this many times, but it's absolutely true. And I don't know about you, but I have noticed, because of this new moon now, a little bit of lack of sleep, a lot more dreams, trying to work things through, in our sleep life versus our waking life. So important for us. And so I'm going to put in that proper crystal, which I said is the quartz, the clear quartz. It's about focus and clarity on my spiritual purpose. Spirituality is really a key theme, mainly because we have the eclipses that we have, throughout our lives. And they happen every 6 months. And they change from Aries, North Node, which is the direction we want to go, North Node. Think about, the way I want to head and go forward. South Node, things we want to release, purge, whether it's be around our house, friends, people, circumstances, toxicity, our bodies, whatever the case may be. This is a continuum, right? But it changes signs every 18 months. And this year it went into North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo, always the oppositional signs that you'll find on the astrology wheel. And so, like I said, here is, where is it? Pisces, opposition sign right here, Virgo. Okay, so yeah, the next series of eclipses are coming up, but I'm not going to talk about that per se right now. We're going to try to keep it as current for the month of July as possible. And just to let you know that, yeah, this spiritual aspect is affecting all of us, with Pisces, one of the most spiritual zodiac signs there is. And just this definite watery, compassionate, wonderful, thoughtful, selfless kind of energy that can be exuded to all of us. Peace, caring, compassion. We all want that, and it does involve all of us just doing the best we can to do and be that, and then it kind of just, it's contagious, and we all get affected by it, right? So I'm trying to get this in here. I apologize. But yeah, the taking this out, got this little bag here with every single crystal that's correlated with the my mind is a blank. I apologize as I'm doing this, but the appropriate chakra, 7th chakra, the crown, allowing that clarity to come through, whether it is through dreams or spoken word, or you're wanting to learn, or learning could be predominant. And then the other thing I'll say, of course, is I'm shuffling the deck a little bit more. I did shuffle it ahead of time, but I'm going to be doing the 6-card layout for you. It's going to be past, present, and future, with clarification cards that I'll speak about and decipher for you the best that I can. And then also a finishing oracle message by the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, Call It Baron Reed. So, yeah, lots of goodies, lots of good stuff. Take a deep breath and let you know that I've definitely blessed this deck, asked for the highest good of all involved. And really, once again, just appreciate you stopping in. I appreciate everybody that's ever been here or wants to be here. If you do like or feel any kind of resonance and you want to support this channel, please push the like button and the subscribe, and don't feel obligated in any way, in any form of expense or things that are going to, tie you up at all. It's just a gesture of goodwill, and it definitely helps my channel to grow. And I greatly appreciate it. So, going on to your reading, as I said, let us see if anything that we've already spoken about is going to resonate with your reading, because I feel like it is. And I don't usually read reversals, but if they come up, we'll just turn it around, because right now it's basically past, present, and future. Past can be as recent as this morning, and then the future can be, I don't know. Time is not linear when it has to do with spirit world. So whenever you feel, when you're resonating, you have a very strong intuitive aspect to you, Taurus. You are ruled by Venus, and Venus has a strong influence right now as well. But I will let you know, I love the beautiful blue in the card as well. So your recent past coming to this reading for July 2025 is the 4 of Wands. Gosh, that's beautiful. Well, the 4 represents in numerology stability, and you can see the 4 pillars here. But what I love about this is this card generally means such incredible happiness, the genuine happiness that you get from life, that you get from others. This can represent a rite of passage, perhaps when you walk through those posts, you're going into another dimension, if you will. It's an opening, and it's there for you to fully enjoy and to share with somebody. You might be interested in somebody romantically, and you might be popping the question. It could very well mean that you will have, that voice will be saying, let's do it. Let's commit. Let us, commit our love to each other. It could be a friendship, it could be a work partnership. It doesn't have to always be romance. I'm feeling that right now, but we'll see what the rest of the cards have to say for you. Yeah, know that as a Taurus, you don't do things too quickly. I mean, if you have other planet, positions in other signs of fire, there'd be more understandable, maybe impulsiveness at times, or, a little bit more of a quicker pace. But just as a Taurus, you've thought about this a long time. You're very dedicated, devoted, you like things a certain way. You are a fixed sign. But, you've got these rabbits at the bottom of the card that represents fertility. Family might be a part of what's on your agenda now with this very special person in any form, furry or otherwise. That's beautiful. That's what's leading you into this reading. Confirmation or clarification on that, Taurus, is the 3 of Swords. So now you look at this and you think, whoa, that's completely opposite of what you just said. And that is what life is, isn't it? So many times it's oppositional. Something is phenomenal, but then on this side, there's this going on. And you're like, oh my gosh, well, that is life. It's yin and yang. It's light and dark. It's happy and sad. It's all, none can exist without the other, right? The balance is what we always strive for, of course. The Three of Swords is the air element. And it also represents, the clarity of things, the thoughts, the process of really thinking through things almost too much, and knowing that you have definitely been hurt. You've definitely, had wounds, and the emphasis is on had. It's already happened. You've been healing. You were a little bit gun shy as far as relationships, no doubt. You had really been hesitant, built up the walls and all those things that we do. Nobody wants to be hurt, and everyone's different in the healing process. But you've done that, been there, and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to make that commitment to somebody, because this is the life we have, might as well enjoy it. And everybody's different, like I said. If it took you a while, so be it. But that's I love that for you, because we've all in some form or another had heartbreak or been disillusioned, in some capacity of our life. But you're moving forward, and it feels strong, it feels stable, and I'm really happy for you. So moving on to the present energy, we have the Two of Pentacles. Well, this just came up with Aries in a different position, though. It was in the past. Yours is in the present. You are the money sign, by the way. I didn't mention that, Taurus, but I have in other readings, of course. It's a notoriously known thing. You're excellent with money. A lot of times, and Taurus, as I do know and have known for years, are in the field professionally, CPA, tax person, financer in some way. Banks, hedge funds. Gosh, should I say, what's the main one that everybody's talking about now? Bitcoin, Bitcoin, and that's huge. That's not going to talk a lot about it. There's a lot of things happening in the future that we're going to be very much aware of, technically, okay? But yeah, that's the way of the world. And so I love this, because I see that you're doing really well with the balancing of that. And you're not going extravagant in any one direction. It's just kind of an even keel, always more to be had. You know what to spend and what to save. You've got that natural ability. You're very resourceful. So that's happening. But the clarification of that, what is that? Of course, I had that gut feeling. Yes, you are balancing things well and all that, but you're on the 7 of, you're really at the 7. And I really believe that, because you work hard, you love what you do, but you definitely deserve kind of the best, when you put in that much time and effort, and that. So the 7 is 3 away from the 10, the ultimate, the 10 of Pentacles. That's everything. That's family, it's body, it's soul, it's the whole gamut. And now I think you're really doing some serious inner, which would make sense for these retrogrades where we go inward more, and we're just kind of taking a vacation, stepping aside, looking at the big picture, but kind of from a bird's eye view, if you will, and really contemplating this. This is something you do really well. It makes sense to do so. No rush involved. You have ideas. You have probably great opportunities that have been presented to you, and now you're going to give it some time. There'll be conversations, though. That's what started this whole conversation with you, is that you were going to be talking about new possibilities and opportunities. So be prepared for that. That's your present energy. So let's move to the forward energy, or future, if you will. And you have the Fool. Oh, I love it. Major Arcana. The Fool, the one that starts the whole journey of the tarot, and the ins and outs and ups and downs, and how we learn and we grow, and we look back and we think, whoa, that's crazy. But boy, I'm glad I learned that. You're open to all sorts of possibilities. You're releasing this part of you, which is traditionally known as maybe a little stubborn. You're like, no, I'm going to listen to other people. I'm going to get new perspectives. That's huge with you know, with the Piscean energy, once again, listening to your intuition, your own guidance, you know, standing strong and tall and feeling like, okay, I've got this. I trust. And so I love that. I love the Fool. I mean, and you can see the Fool, you know, travels lightly. It's just about where I am and really admiring and appreciating and feeling this gratitude of every day and every breath kind of thing. It's phenomenal. You know, you are known for your senses as well. You love everything that tastes good, smells good, feels good. Yeah, you're because you're an earth sign, you know, you have that your pulse on things. So then to clarify the Fool, you have, oh, there you go. You've got the World. A lot of you are traveling, or if you haven't, you absolutely plan on it. And that might not have been something you've done to this point in your life, but times are changing and you want company, you want, you know, compatibility, you want to meet people maybe in there. You've got the world in your hands. You've got that choice. International, you know, connections come to mind. It could be through internet because you can meet and be a part of the world simply through technology, right? And that's only going to keep advancing. This is phenomenal. Great combination. The Fool of, let's see what happens. I'll buy that ticket, but no plans in particular, just to be safe, get to and from, and travel and just know, you know, this is my life. This is my world, and really exploring it. So this is, yeah, your days of like, oh, I can't do anything. I'm too heartbroken. I'm too, you know, I hope that you were able to get through that. I hope you've gone way past that. That's what it's designating in the reading. But absolutely knowing that that's the way we heal, is by feeling it and allowing that to take its time and to mend when it needs to. Because you're done. You are ready to get out there and make life happen, get this party starting, as it were. So I'm going to finish, like I said, with your oracle message, beautiful Tauruses. And once again, thank you for your time. Time is so important. And with the retrogrades, it may seem slower, but just take it in and enjoy it and just do your best to go with the flow, okay? And some really beautiful gems can pop up in those times that, you know, people reschedule or you have a change of plan. You're like, oh, well, that wouldn't have happened if that didn't happen, you know, and just looking at that from a spiritual, fun point of view. Oops, this just popped out. The Fire Prince, optimism and aggression. 4 again. Then you had the 4 of Wands. So 4 is the fire in you. You know, you may have fire placements. Aries, retrograde, you know, the Neptune in Aries and the Neptune and Saturn, which is very much about taskmaster, very kind of a stern energy, you know, keeping you on track. Not at all what fire signs really want or need, but they need it, but they don't particularly welcome it. But believe me, once you have that and you allow the strictness of your life to take form, it's really beautiful. You're going to celebrate. There's always a gift afterwards. It lasts like 2.5 years. But keep that optimism and aggression. Just keep it at bay the best you can. You don't want to do something you regret. You may, like I said, have fire, but everybody has aggression in them in some way or another. You know, just knowing that. Let's do a second one because it's asking me to do so. I'm feeling there's another message here. And you have the Lady of Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. And there's 2. There's that 2 again. There's that love. And this beautiful picture, like blowing, you know, dandelion into the wind. And seeing what comes back, right? That's kind of what the retrogrades are about, really. So I love and appreciate this reading for you. And it has a lot of, to me, depth. It's got power from the major arcanas. You're really allowing yourself to have more freedom and to speak in ways that you feel are going to be advantageous for you and with the people that you know will be like-minded and in your corner, okay? Especially during a beautiful Cancer season with love. And then it gets better too. I mean, it's not better, but it certainly doesn't get bad when it becomes Leo. That's fun and exciting, and it's friends and everything else. So Hope to see you back in August to talk more about that. And until then, really appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Take good care. Bye for now.